Hey everyone, it's Star the Flippin Hippo. Thank you for joining us on our YouTube channel at Flippin Hippos. Today is April 15th. It is the deadline for taxes. So I hope every one of you out there got your taxes done and got them mailed in or e-filed. And if you didn't, at least you applied for an extension. I know a lot of you, just like us, are procrastinators and kind of put it off to the last minute. We finished ours last Sunday. So we didn't quite get to the deadline, but I know a lot of you did. So I hope that everybody got that done. And hey, it's over with for another year. Today is also a Monday, which means it's time for What Sold on eBay. Just like every week, I'm going to take you on a quick walk through our daily Instagram posts where we put up a picture every day of what we ship out. As far as amount of packages, it just kind of gives you an idea of what a volume-based business looks like as far as shipping each day and how many items are going out. And most of you know, and if you don't, if you're new to the channel, we typically average a 0.5% sell-through rate. We hover somewhere between 1,800 and 2,000 listings, so we sell 9 to 10 a day on average. I know that 1,800 to 2,000 sounds like a big 200. How do you fluctuate between that? We just have a lot of old inventory that we have been dropping or liquidating and throwing in auctions. And so our numbers will go down for a while we're doing that. And then we'll go on a huge listing binge and the numbers will go back up. Right now, we're kind of at that point that most of you are familiar with. When you hit that point where your wheels are spinning, you're listing, and the more you list, the more you sell. That is how eBay works. And so as you continue to list more, you continue to sell more, and then you just kind of start spinning your wheels. You're listing more, but your overall active listing number is not climbing because you're selling more. That is a good problem to have, not complaining, but we do try to look at, averages. So we say 1,800 to 2,000, anywhere in there. So like 9 to 10 a day is what we should be averaging out to. And that is how our volume-based business works. There are a lot of people who don't sell used clothing and have a higher sell-through rate, and people who are newer and just sort of building their inventory don't have as high of a sell-through rate. But it is a good point to be at for used clothing. 0.5% is pretty good. You'll see higher, like 1% sell-through rate on electronics and stuff like that. So today we shipped out 27 packages with a total of 28 items. Inside those packages, one of our buyers on eBay bought 2 shirts. 24 of our sales this weekend were from eBay and 4 were from Poshmark. It's a good weekend. It's nothing stellar, it's nothing record-breaking, but it is right on track of where we should be. We actually had 30 sales and 2 of those canceled. So as you know, it didn't go out, we didn't make the profit, but as far as numbers go, we're right where we should be. So this was a good weekend. Last weekend was really good. Many of you will remember. I was really excited last Monday. We had 30 eBay sales and 6 on Poshmark, and that's a really good week. Tuesday, we had 7, and in the past, typically, for whatever reason, Tuesday was our slow day, but for the last couple of months, we've been selling more and more on Tuesday. Wednesday looks to be our new slow day. We had 4 go out, 3 eBay, 1 Posh. Thursday, we had 8 go out, 5 eBay, 3 on Poshmark. And on Friday, we had 9 go out, 7 were eBay sales, and 2 were Poshmark. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of the sales from this week. I've pulled up some listings that are the highlights of our week, some of our more exciting flips, some bread and butter, just to kind of give you an idea of some of the items that we sell. We have high dollar, we have bread and butter, we have plush, we have jeans, we have shirts. So I always like to get a good mix in there to show you guys an example of our inventory and what moves for us. As always, I'm going to start with the plush because it's my favorite. This little Eeyore here that you're looking at was 50 cents at Goodwill. He was on the smaller side, and he also was Mattel. So any of the Disney characters that you're going to source as far as stuffed animals or plush, when they're not Disney store Walt Disney World, Disney theme parks, if they're like Mattel or Fisher-Price, they're going to be on the lower end as far as what you're going to get for him. But since he was 50 cents, I picked him up. I accepted a best offer of 10 for him, and he shipped first class in a poly bag. This NFL yellow teddy bear was also 50 cents. And he's a Good Stuff. So this brand, Good Stuff, it's okay. I don't always source it when I find it, just if I find something unique or recognizable pop culture or anything like that. And because this was, you know, the Pittsburgh Steelers, and only 50 cents, he came home with us. He found his new forever home over the weekend. He sold for $14. He shipped first class in a poly bag. This Peace Pals has been with us for quite some time, over a year. He came from the bins. And so by weight, he was probably right around 50 cents. He's a Peace Pal. We had several of these Peace Pals. They're really cute plush. They're tie-dyed. Each one had a different city on its shirt and a peace sign. For whatever reason, the Nashville one just took a long time to move. So we did sell him for $17 when he finally moved. You know, and maybe I was just holding out for that higher price. But he did fetch $17, and he shipped first class in a poly. This cool cat, or cool bear as it were, he is a awesome black bear. And he's got all the different colored M&Ms on him. He did have all of his original tags from M&M's World, which is in Las Vegas, Nevada. We actually went there last year when we were at eBay Open. And he's got his official M&M's brand tush tag. And he's wearing a snazzy blue fur coat. This guy was too cool. He came out of a yard sale last summer. The yard sale that many of you have already heard of before, where I got a lot of Disney Winnie the Pooh Eeyore plush. There were Hard Rock Cafe bears. There were Boyd's bears. There were a ton of plush. I bought the guy's entire collection, and it averaged out that each animal was 77 cents approximately. This guy weighed almost a pound on his own, and I knew that because he had all of his nice tags and everything, he was going to go in a box. And your typical boxes, you know, even your smaller ones are going to add minimum of 6 ounces of weight to your items. So when we listed him at $25, but he was on our weekend sale when he sold, so he was 25% off. So he was $24.38, and we listed him with 1 to 2 pounds calculated shipping, which the buyer also paid. So he was $24.38 plus shipping, and he did ship in a nice box. He got wrapped in tissue paper. He was put into a bed of some soft air pillows, and off he went to his new forever home. So now we're going to take a look at these booty shorts. These, I believe, came out of my second ThredUp box. So they were approximately $1.90 for the pair. They are American Eagle High Rise Festival shorts. They are button fly, distressed, destroyed, and ripped. They had a lot going for them. So I listed them high at $21, and within 2 days they sold full price, and they shipped first class. These American Eagle men's plaid golf shorts came from the Goodwill, 99 cents. There were 2 pair that were similar. These were the classic length, as you can see here, and the other one were the prep fit. They went up the same night as the American Eagle High Rise Festival. These sold before those, so these probably went within a day or two. And they did pay the full asking price of $15, and they shipped first class. These are my Coupe de Croix jeans of the week, y'all. These are silver jeans. I paid $6.99 at Goodwill. They're silver Suki. They were size 29 by 31 length. They sold within 2 days of being listed for the full asking price of $51. I love silver jeans. They did ship in a padded flat. This is a Calvin Klein men's button front shirt. This is a brand that we typically won't source. But this one was new with tags, and it was XXL, slim fit. So it had a really good size, and it was new with tags still. So we did pick it up for 99 cents. It still had its extra button, you could see. And they did pay $20 for it, shipped first class. This Westec men's uniform shirt was 99 cents. And it was flame resistant. So because it had a nice look to it, it is a uniform shirt. You guys, uniforms do pretty well. Uniform shirts, things like that. Anything that's flame resistant, those are all bolos. So for 99 cents, we absolutely brought this home. Keith listed it really high at $22, and within 2 or 3 days of it being listed, we got an offer of $19 that we accepted, and it shipped first class. A lot of you are going to remember this one from a haul video not too long ago, about 2 weeks ago. This was in a haul video. We brought home a slew of t-shirts that week from the Goodwill, ranging from 99 cents to $1.99. I believe this one was 99 cents. I could be wrong. It might have been $1.99. We brought home so many, and they were all Star Wars related or Disney in some way. It was almost like one person donated their entire t-shirt collection to the Goodwill. This one was so cute though. It's Winnie the Pooh at the Disney Animal Kingdom, you know, looking at a tiger. Tigger, is that you? It's official Walt Disneyland Resort. It is an extra large. It was a good size. There were a couple other online similar, but not the same, that were comping at a lot lower of a price. Keith decided that because ours was the only one that had the orange and the yellow and the more unique look to it, that he would list it at $18, and it sold within 2 days of being listed, and it did ship first class. This Epidemic men's jacket is a suede snap button jacket. It was picked up at the Goodwill for 99 cents. It came home with us just because it was suede. It's not, you know, Epidemic's not really that great of a brand. You can see it's 100% genuine suede. Suede is one of those materials that is an absolute bolo. For 99 cents, this absolutely came home with us. And it sold for full price, $21.66, and they did pay shipping on it because it weighed more than a pound. So it did ship in a box, 1 to 2 pounds priority that they paid for, in addition to the $21.66. And the last thing I'm going to show you tonight is this little purse. It's real cute. This was no cost of goods to us. This was part of the inventory that we had inherited from my friend when she retired from eBay. It's just a white straw purse. There's no brand name to it. It's got these really cute felt fuzzy 3D strawberries on the front. And I went ahead and listed it because it was super cute. And it did have this stain in here, right here, this brown mark, which I did disclose in the listing. But even with this stain inside and not having a brand, it was so cute. So I did start it at 21 and I accepted a best offer of 18. It's been up right around a month, and it did ship first class. What I did was I wrapped it in bubble wrap to protect the strawberries and the straw. Real nice. And then I put 2 layers of tissue paper on it, and it went into a poly bag. So that's all the highlights of the week I wanted to share with you guys. Some of the bolos, like the suede and the Disney shirts. Calvin Klein is still a good seller if it has tags on it. Silver jeans, you know, are always a bolo. You can get a really good return on investment on those. And some of these plush, you know, these M&Ms, especially if they're from M&M's world. That's kind of like finding Disney plush from Walt Disney World. Let me know down in the comments how your week was. Did you guys have any really exciting flips that you want to tell me about? Did you source anything really cool? How were your sales? You guys know I love to hear from you. Do me a favor, like the video before you leave. It does help the channel. If you haven't already and you'd like to, please subscribe to our channel and help us feed a hungry hippo. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. We're at Flippin' Hippos across all social media. Until next time, you guys have a good night.